So, hello. This is going to be my first time to tell my story online, but I've been feeling for a while now, and with coronavirus stuff that we're dealing with right now, even more strongly, it's time for me to come out of the closet. I've been feeling nice and safe, holed up in my house and just doing my thing, but it's I don't know why. Up until now, I have felt like this is something very private. Um, I may get emotional as I talk about this um, because it's been hard. The last 8.5 years, I have been basically, you talk about social distancing, I was socially isolated. I'll tell the story in a minute, but first, I just want to let you know how much I understand the fear and the craziness that's going on right now. Believe it or not, it hasn't affected me all that much. I have been just doing what I've been doing the last 8.5 years, which is I work remotely. I already have learned how to interact with people without going out of the house. But making that transition to where you can't go out of the house, that's a big deal, and it's a scary thing. So I want to talk more about that, about how crazy it is right now, and about what I did to survive and even thrive during this time. Hey, Becca, how are you? So 8.5 years ago, I was just out doing my normal stuff. We were rear-ended. It was a minor accident, but it left me with some back pain that I had to go see the doctors about, of course, and started me on, the routine. Ultimately, it's possible I would have needed back surgery to fix it, but the first injection they gave me, which was, meant to alleviate pain, caused bleeding inside my spinal cord. So what that did, just over the next few days after that, I experienced more and more pain and less function until I guess that was on Monday, I got the injection. By Wednesday, I couldn't feel my legs, I couldn't stand up, I couldn't sit, there was no position I could be in that I wasn't in excruciating pain. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say it was a 20. Hey, Becca, how are you? And so basically, I went to the doctor. I finally got into the doctor. They kept trying to tell me there's nothing wrong because they couldn't see bruising. They didn't realize the blood was inside the spinal cord. So they did an MRI. They figured out what was going on. And I had to have emergency surgery that night. And the promise was, we don't know if you will ever walk again. More than likely you won't. But everyone figured I was lucky to be alive, actually. Had the blood kept going, I probably wouldn't have been able to breathe and my heart would have stopped. So that began this whole ordeal. For 4 years, I was in bed. For another 2 years, I was housebound. And throughout this entire process, there was nobody there really to guide me. Doctors aren't really prepared to deal with paralysis. They don't really want you as a patient if that's your situation, because they figure, if that's what's going on, they can't heal you. They don't want a patient who hurts their healing rate. So it was this super long journey of just figuring out, okay, how can I live a normal life when I'm stuck in bed? Your world kind of closes in on you when you are inside the four walls of one room and with no hope of leaving. So yeah, talk about relevant to what's going on right now. We are all trapped inside this situation that we have no control over. And the question is, are we going to let it depress us? Are we going to let it get us down? Are we going to let it stop us from doing what we love and from living our lives? The thing of it is, you can have a rich life even when you're confined to the four walls of your bedroom, even when you're stuck in your house. And the good news is you're not paralyzed. I have, only in the last year have I really started to be able to live my life again. I have a job that, fortunately, I get to work remote. I work from my home, but about once a quarter or every couple of months, I have to fly to Seattle. A year ago, I did that first trip, and it was my first time to travel solo since this happened to me. Up until, I always call them my handlers. It's my husband or my son. Someone has always had to go with me, to drive me, to carry things for me, to hold me up if I start wobbling. And I was going to do this by myself, and honestly, I didn't know if I could do it. So it was a gamble, but I was willing to push myself to say, okay, yeah, can I manage this? And I've had to experiment with different ways of doing my luggage, and I can't handle a backpack well. So, how am I going to carry my things around with me? Little, the details. But that's what we deal with. Hi, Anthony, how are you? We all are stuck with the details of how to live our lives. And right now, what are the details that matter most when you are stuck inside your house? For me, I decided I want to be happy. And this box that I live in isn't a happy place to be. I can't go to the movies with my family. I don't hang, they brought the Christmas tree into the bedroom so I could be part of Christmas. They brought Easter dinner or Christmas dinner into the bedroom because I can't sit at a table. Even now, I don't sit at a table very often because it hurts my back. Hi, Alejandro. How are you? So the thing of it, you have to make new decisions. You have to say, okay, my reality is different. So how am I going to be happy given this situation, given the things that are going on right now? And I really think that's our reality now. It's the reality for all of us. So now I'm not the only one who's maybe dealing with that. We all are collectively. And I love, love, love how we are joining together and supporting one another through this. And already I had decided that it's time for me to come out and start talking about this, because the truth of the matter is I built a 6-figure business from bed. I learned how to make the best of my situation. I learned how to use the tools that I did have to have a can-do. Instead of focusing on what can't I do because I'm stuck in bed, to focus on what can I do because I have a computer. I have these skills. I can do things from bed. I can just do them a little differently to make them work for me. So that's our challenge. I love how we're all working together to do that. But one of the things that is just timeliness for me, I had already decided to do that. I've created a new brand called Vivacitie. And I've got a Facebook page. Come and like it. I'm going to be starting to share. Hey, Philip, love you too. I'm going to be sharing videos on a regular basis and talking about basically, how do you create a life you love when life just throws these kinds of things at us all the time? In my lifetime, I spent 10 years on heavy medications for seizures. I was just getting over that, and I was paralyzed and put in bed, just starting to get over that, and I got cancer. It's one thing after another, and I know I'm not the only one who deals with that. We just deal with different things. And so thanks, Nancy, how are you? So I'm going to be sharing with you on a regular basis my ideas, the things that I've learned from bed, thriving and making a happy life for myself from bed. But right now it's like, what can we do? How can we apply that to being in our homes, to being distant from one another, but still collectively sharing this experience? Right now, the point, I guess, is life isn't fair. It isn't fair at all. But it is a good test of who we are and what we're made of. The fact that we do have the tools we do have the chance to support one another, even when we can't be in the same room with one another. That's miraculous in my mind. It's something that, we need to leverage it, and we need to do more of this, of sharing with one another and helping one another. I'm really looking forward to this. It's been a little scary for me thinking about it. I've shared a little bit of my story here on Facebook, but outside of this community, I haven't talked about this much. Because I was building a business from bed, I didn't want people to think of me as weak. I didn't want them to hold that against me. And the few times I talked about it, I lost clients. So I don't know what happened. Something clicked for me this past fall where I decided it was time to start talking about this. And I just recently told my team at work. We were together in February before coronavirus got to be what it is now. And I was truly, I guess I was put on the spot. And it was one of those things where we were sharing some stories, and I said, okay, fine. If we're sharing, I'm going to share the truth, the story. And I guess I was amazed. I was a little surprised at how I wasn't seen as weak. And that's what I was hoping for. I hope you'll receive it in the same way. This has been a hard journey. And I think with coronavirus, it's going to be hard for all of us. But we can do this. I did it. I was able to do some really big things. I was really to do some things that I was proud of. I hit all my life goals while laying in bed. So thanks, Anthony. I am really excited about all of us working together to overcome this and then to continue overcoming and just enjoy a wonderful life, to build the life that we've dreamed about. What Vivacity is about is, this is about having big, audacious dreams and doing what it takes to get them. Overcoming every obstacle to have fun achieving your dreams. Go visit, it's spelled Vivacitie. The page is on Facebook. I've got a website at vivacitie.com. I'll put a link in the description after this video. And I look forward to talking with you more and building a community of can-doers. So thanks for listening. I love you and I'm here for you. So reach out if you have any questions, but definitely go like Vivacitie, my page, so you don't miss anything. So I'm going to be doing this on a regular basis. Okay, goodbye for now. Have a good day.